Terry, another good feeling going into the game against St Johnstone. Your 3 wins on the bounce, you're unbeaten in the last couple of games as well. All going well?
Yeah, very, very pleased with what we've done. We know we can improve, and we know we've got to try and eliminate chances for the opposition, and keep putting the chances away for ourselves. And I think the biggest thing is that we are making a lot of chances. We always look as though we're going to score, and we've got players that are high on confidence that want to take the ball and want to create things, if not score themselves. So we've had 9 different scorers throughout the team this year. And I think we always thought that there wouldn't be one outstanding individual that's going to bag 15 to 20 goals. It's going to be a major contribution from everybody in the team, and that's been the case. So we're delighted to be where we are, but we want to continue to improve and continue to get better and continue to climb the table. And we're playing a St Johnstone team that are on a better run than us. Have won 5 straight SPL games, and that's zoomed them up to 2nd place. And they're very much on form and very much looking to create a club record. But St Johnstone were the ones that broke our record of unbeaten away league matches a couple of years ago, and we want to do the same to them.
Well, a game to look forward to as well. I mean, I think it's the standout game this weekend in the SPL. St Johnstone away to Caledonian Thistle, because both sides are doing so well, and it's a game that everyone's really, rightly so, looking forward to. Yeah,
it's a top 6 clash, which is very nice to say, and we're pleased to be there. But I think the way that both teams are very similar, both clubs are very similar in terms of budgets, playing staff, and foreign managers and foreign players and all this sort of thing. I think both sets of players, both groups of players have gelled very, very quickly and very well. And both clubs are climbing the table and getting the wins. But I think the most important thing is that both teams are playing some good football too and creating a lot of chances. I know St Johnstone missed a few chances last week. We've certainly done the same all season. So I think it's going to be a very entertaining game, and both teams want to get the ball down and pass in. Both teams have got a lot of power and experience through the ranks, but also some exciting players that can win games.
I know you said about Barry Smith at Dundee, things will come together, and yourself, your side are really gelling well nicely now. Steve Lomas at the start of the season was the bookies' favourite to be sacked first, and it's incredible. Where he is now with St Johnstone. Yeah,
and you can all point back to the match against Celtic when they beat them, when they were a goal behind and came back to win 2-1, and quite rightly so, because they were the better team on the day. But they used that win and that experience of beating the champions, and have been unbeaten since then. So in cup matches and also SPL games. So they just needed something just to spark their season, and for us it needed just that win. Especially the win against Dundee United to really spark our season, and we've won 2 further games since then, and we're on a good 6-match unbeaten run when you consider the win at Stenhousemuir 2 in the cup, and both teams are in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. Both teams have got the Old Firm next week too, so big matches for both clubs and both teams, and none bigger than on Saturday.
And it's a return of Gregory Taddy, who's started life at St Johnstone very well. You're looking forward to seeing Big Gregory this weekend?
Yeah, looking forward very much. He's a real gentleman. He's a lovely guy. He's one of the nicest people you'll meet in football, in life really, because he's so bright and cheery no matter what's happening. And he was great for us. He was one of our top scorers last year. Unfortunately we lost him to the budget of St Johnstone. Like I say, we have similar budgets, so there wasn't a lot more money that Gregory went for, but my budget was cut last year, so I was very restricted as to what I could do. So we obviously wished him well, but not too well for this Saturday. But he's been tremendous for them. Scored against Celtic, scored some good goals, made some good chances too, and good opportunities for his teammates, and led the line very, very well. So he's just doing what we know he could do, especially after last year. So he's earned the right to be at another club and earning more money and progressing his career, and we obviously wish him well.
He's a real handful to play against. Defences playing against Caledonian Thistle, experienced that last season. Are there any special instructions how to look after him on Saturday?
No, Josh Meekins in particular has played against him. Gary Warren hasn't, but David Raven hasn't, but they'll be told about him. But I think they can see from the TV and from the highlights of other games that St Johnstone have played that he has that quality. He chases lost causes. His effort and enthusiasm and energy are just fantastic. Yeah, we do miss him because he's a character. He was a character on the pitch and off the pitch too. So it'd be nice to see him back. But we've got players in the team having lost Gregory last year, lost Johnny Hayes, our 2 top scorers. A lot of people thought that we would struggle to score and struggle to make chances, but I think the opposite has been the case, and we've made a barrel load of chances in virtually every match that we've played. So that's been, I think, the most pleasing aspect, is that we've enjoyed the players like Gregory Taddy and Greg Tansey and Johnny Hayes. They've moved on to probably bigger and better things, but we've still got players that have either come in or have been here that have developed and blossomed as well, and have taken up the mantle of trying to create chances and score goals, and have done it very well.
In terms of Cali Thistle, a nice headache for you at the weekend, selection wise. Antonio Reguero has been really a standout for you since coming in. He's had a few things to do but did very well. Ryan Essence working his way back. Will Antonio or Ryan get the gloves?
Well, I can't play both of them, so one of them's going to miss out, but I've already made my decision in my head, so we'll go with that. But it's great when you've got two keepers like that. I think Antonio sort of typifies the squad really, because the squad has improved enormously as individuals, as a group, as different units, and he's improved in his goalkeeping at 30 years of age. It just shows you that goalkeepers do mature older, do mature better when they get older, and he's certainly been tremendous for us. He came in at a difficult time just before the match against Dundee United. Really wasn't expecting to play. Then Ryan picked up his injury and kept the clean sheet. Didn't have a lot to do. And, we've only conceded 2 goals in the 3 matches that he's played. So I think that's testament to everybody else as well as Antonio, that they've stopped crosses, stopped shots, stopped our opposition from getting close to our goal. And only to concede 2 goals in those 3 matches has been pretty impressive.
Selection wise, any let up on the injury front? Richie Ford, I know he missed the trip to Dundee. Will he?
No, he'll be out. He'll be out for the weekend. He'll probably be out for a couple of weeks as well. But he is making progress, but it's just slow but sure with him. But everybody else is fine.
Graham Shinney, I spoke to him after the game at Dens Park. A real honour for him to captain the side. He said that you pulled him in before going down to Dens Park and told him he'd be captain. A lot of faith in such a young lad. Oh,
tremendous faith in him. He's 21 years of age. He's a great character. To be where he is with the illness that he had, and have part of his bar removed, and to play at such a high standard and play so consistently well is a testament to his character and his family and everybody else around him. But he's got guts, and he really has. I mean, I know he's had part of it missing, but he's certainly got a lot of guts left, and he's certainly very strong. He's got a big heart. He's got a lot of courage, and he can play. He's lovely left foot. He can play further up or in the centre of midfield, which we've done this season, and he just gives it everything.
Maybe a surprise in some ways, because I assume maybe Owain or Gary might get the armband on Friday night, but not a surprise to see you hand it to someone like Graham Shinney who can handle that occasion.
Well, I looked at it and I thought, of all the players that are sort of available, or I thought could be captain, I just thought, well, Graham's played more games than anybody else. He's been at the club all the time. Like I say, he's had that illness, and he came through that very, very well. It took a while, but he came through it, and he's got himself back in the team. We don't have another left back at the club with Andre Blackman going, so he knows he's got that position, but he knows as well that he's got to keep playing on at a regularly high standard, which he does. And sometimes we've moved him about. We have other options if he does get injured, but he's so tough and so strong, and the 2 Shinneys they bounce off each other. They're very, very good company, good to have in the dressing room, good to have on the pitch. But they're quality players, and they're very, very good footballers as well as being winners. So I looked at the experience that he's had, the games that he's played, the way he's got that chemistry with the other players too. Everybody likes him and loves him. I just thought that would be perfect. And at 21, it sends a signal that players can come through our youth system, come into the first team, establish themselves in the first team, and become captain of the club. And I know from my own personal experience, being captain is extra special too. So he's been captain, and could be captain in the future too. Who knows?
And just finally, Terry, your name's been in the paper today, linked with a vacant job down south in Ipswich Town. A few supporters might be reading that thinking, will you be leaving the club? Is there any truth in that rumour? No,
it's just paper talk, and it's just speculation. I mean, one of my old clubs, and the club I started playing football with. So it's nice to be mentioned in terms of that, but that's all it is. It's just paper talk.
Thanks so much.